gonna say that for the end. It's gonna be like that would be. I don't know if that can be necessarily no slant, but.
Well, I can definitely use some Jinx justice on that.
What's going on, sports fans? It's your boy, Mr. SOS here. Back with another vibrant episode of SethOnSports. Yeah, I use vibrant, but who cares? My man D Jinx is in the building again.
What's up, people?
So you know that means sometime today we're going to say something about the NBA Finals, which did you doubt anyway. But before we jump into that, I got to talk about my Stanley Cup Finals because, hey, I'm a hockey guy. So I want to talk about Game 1 immediately. And let me say this. Game 1 is what a lot of people love and hate about hockey. It was a 1-0 game, and not a goal was scored.
Until
18 seconds left.
Now, I'm not a hockey guy, but I know if I go 3 periods and nobody scores till 18 seconds is left, I'm going to be kind of upset.
Which is fair, but then would you be upset when you see a dude get flipped over on his head on the ice?
No, that's kind of exciting.
Or the fact that, you know, all game these dudes are flying up and down, just hitting each other, fighting. It was at least 4 or 5 fights this game. These two teams don't like each other. We're talking about the Vancouver Canucks and the Boston Bruins. They really don't like each other. Okay. And it's shown. Like during the first, like one of the fights in the first game.
Didn't one of them guys get bit?
That's exactly what happened.
So wait a minute. Before you go on with that, he got bit.
Bit.
Right.
Like,
and from what I understand, the commissioner said he didn't have evidence. Right?
Right.
Well, then how do I know?
Because the world saw it. Listen,
explain that to me.
Let me tell you, the funny part about the fight was the ref had jumped in the middle.
Okay.
Now, you already know, when somebody jump in the middle, it's always going to be that one ignorant person that's trying to swing around the ref. Well, the guy swung around the ref and couldn't necessarily get his arm back because it was stuck in somebody's mouth.
So wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that, what's the guy's name who bit him?
Damn it. I forgot it off top.
Well, listen. All I know is Tyson bit Holyfield. He got crucified. So what's going on with dude? So is we gonna have this public outcry?
No, but the funny part was, like, after the Canucks won Game 1, mind you, the dude who bit was on the Bruins side. After Game 1, during Game 2, one of the players approached him and did this. it was one of those things where it was a lot of jokes.
And if I'm not mistaken, did he score the game-winning goal?
Yeah.
Last game.
Yeah, Torres.
So basically.
Yeah.
So basically, not only did he not get suspended, but he won the game.
The bitey. Yeah.
I feel like I've been cheated.
No.
I've been cheated.
The bitey.
I'm protesting.
Look, the bitey didn't get. The biter, they lost twice. But the bitey, nah, he kind of had a good game.
Okay, well that makes sense. All right.
But if you go to Game 2, since we were talking about Game 2 picked up. It was a 3-2 game that ended in overtime. Not much of overtime, but hey, it'd be like that. This was actually the shortest overtime game
in hockey.
In NHL Stanley Cup history. The first one ended with, I think, 8 seconds in. This one, 11 seconds in. And he did I ain't gonna lie, this goal was pretty. It was pretty. Wrapped around the net, brought the goalie all the way around to chase him, and he just swung around. And as he was getting knocked to the ground, he just knocked it in.
I seen that.
That was some pretty.
Tim Thomas was out of position.
Because
he got hit by his own teammate.
He got hit by his own teammate because they both were rushing the net.
See, America, I do know about hockey.
So when you Burroughs is the guy who made the shot, and you know they had kind of talked about him a little bit so far this Stanley Cup, and I think he felt like he had to show up. He ended up scoring 2 games again, so it wasn't bad. He didn't have a bad game at all. But that last goal, I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the prettiest goals I had seen in these Stanley Cups anyway, man. But there's been a lot more. But right now it's looking like Vancouver's gonna run away with it, and Canada's gonna get their first Stanley Cup winner in a very long time.
Well, I do know 2 things about hockey. Ovechkin and Crosby.
Who both got bounced this year.
Yes.
Let's talk about the NBA Finals. I mean, we got Dallas and Miami.
Swept
let's start. Let's start. Two games that went by. Right. Let's go. Let's start with game one. Let's start with game one. Game one, Miami came out and established itself as a defensive force.
True.
Now, what gave them the edge though? Because it's not like they scored out the gym.
Well, from what I've noticed, Miami do is put LeBron on the person who they think is the most important. Obviously, maybe LeBron versus Dirk is a matchup problem. So why do that? Plus, you keep LeBron out of foul trouble.
Right.
So what they did was put LeBron on Terry. Took Terry completely out of the game in the second half. To me, that was the game. You take away their main scorer, and Miami's bench outplayed Dallas's bench like thoroughly. 27-17 point total. Not to mention they out-rebounded them by 11. So if Miami rebounds and they bench outplays Dallas, Dallas doesn't have a chance.
They out. Oh, just as a minor little correction, they out-rebounded by 10 that game, 46-36. But Miami dominated the offensive boards, which is something no team has been able to do against Dallas thus far. Am I correct?
Well, yeah, that's true. Like I say, the rebounding and defense obviously
are key.
And Dallas has size above anything else. Dirk is 7 feet. Chandler is 7 feet. North Carolina boy is 7 feet. Marion is.
He called him North Carolina.
I really don't like Haywood.
He's trash.
Anyway, even though I'm a North Carolinian, I love the Carolina Tar Heels. I love them, except him and Eric Montrose. But those guys are big, and that's the one thing Miami doesn't have.
Right.
And Dirk basically had an off game. He had 27 points, but what, 7 for 18?
Yeah, but I mean,
that's not gonna get it.
Okay, well, Miami won that by 8. But moving on to game 2, Nowitzki only had 24 points.
Yeah, but he had 9 crucial points.
The end. I mean,
yeah, he had 9.
But okay, now look, I've been saying this, and I said this on Twitter for all you that follow me. I said this multiple times to people I know. I think Dallas might be the best 6-minute team I've ever seen in my life.
You know what? I saw that comment, and I can't say what I want to say on myself. What makes you say that?
I mean, because all these playoffs, they've closed the game out strong. Whether they were losing, whether they were winning, they closed it out. Those last 6 minutes, between 4 and 6 minutes for Dallas have been crucial. They did it to LA in their series. They did it to OKC at least 2 or 3 times in that series because OKC thought it was sweet at the end. They thought it was cakes and pies around there until that final 6 minutes, and all of a sudden, Jason Kidd looked like he 24, Dirk looked like he got moves, and look all agile and athletic. Dirk is a basic player.
I'm gonna give you this. Dallas does well at the end of the game. But how much of that is that they've played so poorly at the beginning of the game that there's nowhere else for you to go but up? The other team, in both instances against Miami and OKC, they were losing by a lot. And it's like Miami and OKC took the foot off the gas. Now, that's not saying that you let them totally off the hook. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously they did let them back into the game.
Right.
But part of that it's like they setting teams up. They sneaking up on teams. And I guess that could be said to your point.
Right.
I mean, that still doesn't make them the best 6-minute team. I think it's like a false sense of security on the other team's part.
That may be true, but I mean, if you looking at it, like I said, a lot of you made a point of them having to come back. Yeah, I know they're coming back, but hey, it's coming back in a solid 4 to 6 minute time period where it seemed like Dallas is unstoppable. They look like they just look like nothing's gonna miss. They look like everything's clicking.
It looks like to me let's play as bad as we possibly can, and maybe they'll think they got the game won, and then we'll play hard at the end.
Well, another thing to attest to Miami losing game 2 is that 66% from the free throw line.
Free throws obviously had a big part.
That means for every 3 free
and
throws they got.
And most of the misses were by LeBron and D-Wade.
Yeah,
that being said,
that's terrible.
I thought Bosh played terrible. You know what I'm saying? He played that the moment is too big for me against Boston game again. And LeBron and D-Wade try to go to Bosh. You know what I'm saying? They try to get him
involved.
Hey, sometimes you got to be like, hey, look, dog, you ain't doing it. We ain't messing with you. Let's go and do our thing. And LeBron been closing out. We've been waiting on D-Wade to come.
Which he did in game.
He did. We've been waiting on that D-Wade. But see, this is the thing. All playoffs, they've been riding the hot hand. Mm-hmm. And the hot hand has been LeBron. But that being said, with D-Wade being hot that game, go with D-Wade. You know what I'm saying? Go with D-Wade. So when he came off the ball and LeBron went back on the ball, I don't know if that was a conscientious effort from LeBron and D-Wade to do that, or was that Spoelstra? If I'm Spoelstra, I'm saying put the ball in D-Wade. He's the hot guy in this game. And maybe D-Wade sometimes defer. Him and LeBron has it, but they don't quite get it yet. They need a couple more years to get that chemistry together. And when they do, though, it's going to be, amazing to see. But they still haven't figured out, to me, that who does what and when they do it.
Now, I'll give you that as far as situational things that they still, I think they still have to work out more. I think as far as talent-wise, I think they're really starting to feed off each other, though. Because before, I think now they're both moving without the ball more and a lot better. The fact that Bosh is pulling up 12 points in a huge game in the playoffs where we need you and the other guys are putting up 24 and 36 points.
That being said, they lost by 2 points. So we can nitpick at Bosh all we want to. But him putting in his 12 points, as long as he gets them 10 rebounds, I think that's pretty much good. His 12 points matters when his 12 points come. We don't need you to get 12 points in the first half, then none in the second. Give me 12 crucial points and we can take that from Bosh.
Yeah, but what you said about rebounds, if he only pulling in 8, what good is that doing Miami?
He's not going to get you 15 rebounds. Well, LeBron, how many rebounds did LeBron have? He had his fair share. He had his fair share with Haslam back in the mix. Mm-hmm. He's going to take some rebounds away from Bosh. You know what I'm saying? And they played a lot of small ball. So LeBron hit the boards, D-Wade hit the boards. Mike Miller, he's 6'8". People don't give him credit. They think he's a little guy. He's 6'8". He rebounds well for a guard, a slash forward too. So
and they need more out of Mike Miller. He can't play.
What can you expect from him though?
That's true.
This is another guy. Him and Haslam are two guys that's just not getting back in it. They don't got rhythm.
The rhythm, yeah.
You remember how Miami looked at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So how is he all of a sudden just gonna have that perfect chemistry? They look good in spurts because they're professionals. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna have a couple spurts where they look good together. But when it comes down to it, when you take Dallas's chemistry and Miami's chemistry, Dallas is here, Miami is still here. Talent-wise, we might be here, but Miami is here when it comes to chemistry.
That's true, And as far as facial hair, though, I'm giving it to Miami. Because, Haslam be facial hair. My bad. Anyway, what's your prediction?
Miami is 6. I ain't gonna tell you.
Miami is 6. I think it might go 7. I think it's gonna go 7. The thing is, I'm giving it 7, but I'm gonna ride with Miami.
Being as though we talk about facial hair, I think my opinion should be taken in the higher standard. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, whatever.
I know what the signs say, but we know what it is.
And don't forget it. And don't you forget it. Okay.
All right,
you want to look at it?
I've seen it before.
That's me. Anyway, but yeah, moving on though, man. NBA Finals should be fun, but something else crazy happened. After all that stuff that happened at Ohio State, Jim Tressel steps down.
We had this discussion off camera, and you said that you felt like he bailed.
And I'll say this to the camera. I feel like he bailed. I feel like he saw the car was about to hit a wall and jumped out. Period. Plain and simple, you made all stars. You made pretty much stars of this Ohio State team say they're going to sign something and come back and finish out their senior season for you, and then you leave. Come on, man.
Seth, me and you both know how the system works. You don't think he was forced out? The resign is just a dignified way. We have given you the benefit of the doubt because you brought us championships, you've beaten Michigan, all that good stuff. we're going to give you the opportunity. We're not going to fire you. Resign.
But
so that was just a classy way of saying he got fired, but we gonna let him quit first.
Okay, but let's say this: as Tressel, I would rather let it be known that I got fired than to have it look like I done stepped down and left my players.
No, because with firing comes animosity. See, this is kind of an indictment.
I mean, but if they're forcing him out anyway.
Wait a minute, this is kind of an indictment on Ohio State. They know they're guilty, and they're letting Tressel take the fall. Okay, G knew, Smith knew, all the compliance department, everybody knew, but they're letting Tressel take the fall.
But you said with firing comes animosity. You don't think it's animosity if you won't force me out anyway?
No. Being forced out is doing undermining things. Let me rephrase that. They allowed him to leave with class. And you can say what you want about Tressel. Let me give you some little Jinx justice right here. You can say what you want about the system, but that man stood up for his players. He took the brunt of the blame. Now they trying to put Terrell Pryor into this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man, I'm just a kid. Why is that wrong? If somebody wants to give me something because of what I do, it's wrong for me to take it. That ain't right. Well, so this is outdated rules by the NCAA. Plain and simple.
Outdated rules, yes, but rules nonetheless. Plain and simple. Here's the way I break it down. If you're gonna ride with somebody till the wheels fall off, ride with them till it fall off. I'm gonna take that blow because it's not like I'm gonna have a hard time getting fired. I'm Jim Tressel.
But Seth, that's PR.
Jim Tressel.
That's PR. How
it doesn't look, man.
Ohio State is gonna do what it does to protect Ohio State. They don't care about Tressel.
But obviously, if he gonna take the blunt of this anyway, he's already tarnished. He's already tarnished.
He been tarnished since Youngstown State.
Well, regardless if that's gonna happen, why not just stick there? Stick it out. Show your players that you're willing to take it. You're not gonna take that walkout. If I'm Jim Tressel, me personally,
Seth, you know how this works.
Man, look, how it works is how it works, but you can't say that this is a different situation. He doesn't make players commit. If you make a player commit, you make them promise. Decide on that dotted line and say, I'm going to come back one more year for you, coach. Wait, you're going to take this honorable step down? Like, as a player, I'm pissed.
Obviously, you're the only one because all the players at Ohio State, they know what it is.
I mean,
they know what it is. They know he was told to leave.
Look.
Seth, I can't believe we had this conversation.
Regardless, they ride with him. Like I said, I'm not saying I lose respect for him, but I'd be pissed off. I'd be like, look, man, stay through the fire and show something. Show me something.
How can he stay?
I mean, not stay, but
this is not the first time this has happened.
I know this ain't the first time it's happening. It ain't gonna be the first time it's gonna happen.
Resigning is a fancy way of saying you fired, but I'm gonna let you go on your own time.
Yeah, whatever. Fire me. Anyway.
It ain't like you get unemployment or something.
Man, come on, man. It ain't unemployment in Ohio State. I heard it's like, $400, $500. All right, man. That's just another episode of SethOnSports. It got kind of heated right there. You really just kind of got a glimpse into our off-camera persona. Like,
right.
don't.
Can I interject? I think that's some of that I'm a Buckeye and you a Badger thing. I think that's what it is. I think he's relishing in.
I feel like
Buckeye.
For two reasons.
Buckeyes.
First off, I feel like you're judging me. Number two,
I am.
If you didn't remember, Badgers is up 2-1 this year as far as busting the Buckeyes. Listen, anyway.
How many
let's not get into this.
How many national championships?
That's all, so you're gonna pull the LeBron Michael Jordan argument on me right now?
Yes.
Right now?
Yes.
That's what you're gonna do? It ain't gonna matters, man.
No,
Read that. Anyway.
No,
y'all have a good night, man. Rock with us. We'll be at One Sports Lounge on Tuesdays, 1003 North Old World 3rd. Hit me up on Twitter at SethOnSports and DM me your name so I can add you to my list.
I'm at Big Rock _24 on Twitter. Holla at me, man.
Well, there you have it. Wrapping this up. Y'all go ahead on and get at me next time. Check out SethOnSports.net.
And remember, be a fan first. You're a hater.
Man, look, man, I ain't a hater.
I start calling you shit, man.
I mean, come on, man. I don't just got specific people out. Well, yes, I do.
Right.
Gaffney. I can't stand dude. I don't know why I hate that. His big eye behind him. I don't know why.
Wow. casual.